International Perspectives, a conversation on global education. Hello. I would like to begin a conversation about how education looks beyond our own borders. It should be obvious that while education is a universal right, access to quality learning is anything but equal across the world. Some nations have built strong, well-funded public education systems that nurture students and prepare them for the future, while others struggle to provide even the most basic learning opportunities. Why does this gap persist, and what can be done about it? Doesn't it follow that a nation's economic standing often determines the quality of its education system? In wealthier countries, students benefit from advanced technology, well-trained teachers, and curriculum structures that evolve with the needs of society. Meanwhile, in developing nations, underfunded schools, overcrowded classrooms, and a lack of basic resources make it difficult for students to receive the education they deserve. Can you imagine the impact if global initiatives truly prioritized education as the foundation for economic growth and societal well-being, rather than treating it as an afterthought? I have observed that policy plays just as big a role as funding. Some countries have made education a national priority, ensuring free and accessible schooling for all children. Others, however, struggle with unstable governance, corruption, or a lack of long-term vision, preventing meaningful progress. Wouldn't it be more effective if international efforts focused not just on financial aid, but also on helping nations develop sustainable education policies that empower local communities? It should be obvious that global initiatives, while well-intentioned, often fail to address the deeper cultural and systemic barriers that prevent education from thriving in certain regions. In some places, gender inequality still limits opportunities for girls. In others, war and displacement disrupt entire generations of learning. And in many regions, outdated teaching methods and rigid curriculums fail to prepare students for a rapidly changing world. Doesn't it follow that true reform must be rooted in understanding the unique challenges of each country rather than applying a one-size-fits-all approach? Can you imagine how different the world would be if every child, regardless of where they were born, had access to high-quality education? The ripple effects would be enormous, reducing poverty, improving health outcomes, fostering innovation, and creating more stable societies. But for this to happen, education must be treated as a global priority, not just a national concern. It is time now for stronger collaboration between governments, organizations, and educators worldwide to ensure that learning is accessible, relevant, and forward-thinking. What if education reform was driven by a shared global commitment rather than isolated national policies? Wouldn't it be powerful if countries worked together, exchanging ideas and resources rather than each trying to solve their own problems in isolation? The knowledge and innovations from well-developed systems could help transform struggling ones, creating a more interconnected and equitable world. The future of education must be viewed through an international lens. It should be obvious that as the world becomes more connected, the disparities in education will only become more glaring unless we take action. Can you imagine a world where no child is left behind, where education is a bridge rather than a barrier? The challenges are real, but so are the possibilities, if we choose to pursue them.